All right, guys, welcome to day 23 already, I believe. Day 23, day 24, um, day 23 of Anomaly sequence. Today we're going to be going over pretty much day 4 of the trading competition, which is day 6. Many different days there. So the 6th day of the TradeFlow competition, and this was honestly quite a bad day for me. This this was the previous position that we talked about, right, in the previous video, and yeah, then obviously Friday closed. I don't trade crypto or anything over the weekend, so I wasn't active on, let's say, day 4 and 5 of the TradeFlow competition. There was a little bit of a shift on the leaderboard throughout that weekend, but overall nothing too crazy. Monday for me was a bad day. You can already tell. This is one of those times where I'm glad that I've got rules in place for specific reasons, but I'm also very frustrated when everything delivers according to my normal set of rules and I'm not able to partake in that. One of those rules is the fact that I don't participate in London session on a Monday. This is due to the fact that there is a lack of volume, a lack of movement, let's say, usually right during those sessions, because New York isn't open yet and the only aggregated volume on the market is going to be Frankfurt, Sydney, I believe, and London that then opens up. And it's just not that overlap of aggregated volume, contracted volume, whatever you want to call it, on the market. And 9 out of 10 times price just chops up and delivers fake lows, fake highs. Fake in the sense that you can see some sort of isolation, but they tend not to be isolated. This Monday was not according to that, which was unfortunate. You can actually see M15 pan out very, very well. Let's look at a couple of levels. I know there were guys in AO, I know there were guys in the beacon as well that took this, going from Thursday's low that we printed, right? You know that this low right here didn't have any follow through, setting up that high, which we all shorted off of, where I got that trade on Friday, which is very, very nice. And then you know that this is a level that we could revisit if there is no follow through on that level. So overall, that kind of put a clear antic on shorts in the AM session for the guys that did want to trade the AM session. Not my cup of tea, really not my cup of tea. This was also driven by news, right? French election news, which shifted up the entire week based off of Euro sentiment, which is very, very interesting. But nevertheless, it's a headline news, so it's not as if that was a release or anything that you would have on your calendars, but it did deliver. I know that there were guys that were on, let's say, this OB, and then looking to continue short. And this is kind of the mistake right here. We take a significant level out, and I believe, this is a level that you could still target, right? And look, the shorts that I took were extremely valid based off of just the POI, but they were not valid in terms of my management. They were not valid in terms of, what I was actually looking for. And this is the same mistake that I've been making over and over again. This is the same mistake that you guys have seen me make over and over again, which is quite frustrating, right? So let's go into H1 just for a second, right? You can see that H1 is right here, this level, where your first POI occurs. You can see that price kind of bottoms out just a little bit here. H4, same, right? You take the whole level of H4, and you can see that we still have this low intact right there. Super viable level to go for. We wanted to complete this entire move. Yes, we did have divergence here, I believe, between DXY and EU, but nevertheless we left behind such a flash from news that I believe that, hey, in this inefficiency right here, in this move right here, I believe that there is room for us to pull back. I was completely wrong. I just didn't get what I wanted, and I took it on the chin. But the problem is that I was a little bit too aggressive, especially in the competition. This is where I went into quite heavy drawdown, going from pretty much 1300 in the plus, so 30% up, into all the way into like negative 30, which was not good. Shooting this and this area, pretty much refiring the same bullet 3 times, for no apparent reason. So let me show you guys what should be the first lesson that you see here is one of 2 things, right? So when we sweep a level, we've talked about this, when we run liquidity right here, you want to look at how price reacts around these levels. One thing that you notice is that, hey, we leave behind this little injection wick with intent going higher, right? This doesn't have a follow through just yet, right? This doesn't have a move just yet. And I know, and that's really, really interesting to see. The play of that day was actually longing into the imbalance there. And you can say that with hindsight very, very easily, but the play of that day was actually looking at this and then partaking in moves potentially here, offbeat, delivering into this imbalance, delivering into this bulk of volume that was there, because you can see price stagnates right after that. Hindsight, my best friend. But let's talk about where I got involved, which wasn't the smartest thing to do. We go into M5. Yeah, we go into M5. That's already mistake number 1. Nothing clear on M15, and you see me go into M5. Usually not a good sign. Here, these moves, all of these moves is where I got involved. This is not something to be proud of whatsoever. All of them, you name them, I was involved in every move, every bear trap. This was the first one, not the cleanest. This was the second one, right here, which was also not the cleanest, and then the third one as well, right? So overall, just if I showcase just a little bit where these moves occurred, this was one of them where I just wanted to just continue and target the lows, right? I believe my SL obviously wasn't that tight. I had a little bit of a higher SL, covering this distal line as such, but even that didn't do justice. Once that got triggered out right here with spread, I tried to shoot the bullet one more time, this one a little bit tighter, going for just these lows right here to make everything back. Didn't make anything, lost everything. So that's very, very, very unfortunate. So yeah, that is not the cleanest. It's a lesson for me to take into account. It's a lesson for me to, again, you learn these things, and I teach these things as well. Practice what you preach, right? But it makes us very human. This competition is also something where you meet yourself. You meet your own characteristic traits, especially with your own flaws, and really trying to manage that pressure, that external pressure of all these other individuals trading in this competition, and making sure that you, try to keep your head cool, right, in that sense. So I hope that you guys are learning a little bit through my perspective of this competition, the trades that I'm taking, and I'll see you guys on day 7 of the competition and in the next video of Anomaly's sequence.